Welcome to our extraordinary life, a wild ride of freedom, adventure, and not conforming to the norm. So buckle up and come along for the madness. It's gonna be Out the Gate. Kia ora, welcome back to Out the Gate, part 2 of exploring the Coromandel. This episode we explore from Stony Bay to Fito, but not without a few hiccups in between. Last episode we finished parked up on top of a hill on one of the coolest overnight spots we have found. And we start this episode back at the same place watching a magical sunrise feeling on top of the world. First mission was to head to Stony Bay, which is just right there. You can see that little bay there. But why rush? Let's take the morning slow and enjoy the scenery. Whoa, good morning. This is where we stayed last night. This is definitely top 3 spots we've stayed at. I would almost say number 1. So far.
1 or 2, I reckon.
1 or 2 so far. So also, I went to bed with my hair wet, so this is what that looks like.
This is where we're at now.
Yeah. Oh, there's a guy with cones coming up the road. It's okay, we've got the boat connected in case we need to do it swift.
No.
Oh no, they're still going. You're probably thinking, why didn't we just stay at Stony Bay? Well, they're not allowed dogs. About 500 metres away from the Stony Creek, we've hit a roadblock. It's a bridge. Louis does not think that it's thick enough for us, and the weight limit was said axle 5,000 kg. I mean, Louis can explain a bit further, and then it also said 75% of class 1. Oh, yeah, I don't think that's us. So, and there's nowhere to turn around. Fuck.
It's got massive steel beams under it.
Ah, okay. Louis says we should be sweet. Go over it fast, right? Any crunching? Woo!
The safety factor of that bridge is going to be high. So.
Yeah, yay. We sure hope it was. We arrived at Stony Bay. There was multiple signs saying no dogs, so we did abide by that. We kept the dogs in the truck. We didn't let them go out for a sniff. We got to park the truck under some beautiful, huge Pahutakawa trees. We spent about 5 minutes there, and then we decided to head back on the road so that we could find a spot to take the dogs for a run. We met up with some fellow truckies. Damn, it's a tight squeeze. Oh shit. Oh fuck. It is hectic. Thank God we're leaving. That was crazy.
That was funny.
It was a tight squeeze, but we managed to pass through, and we stopped at Sandy Bay in Port Charles to let the dogs have a play. Louis wanted to make the most of the calm water and very hot sun, so he decided to go out for a fish. However, the girls, me, Chummy, and Charlie decided to stay in the truck and work on another YouTube video. Woo! Louis does get a fish today. It means that I am the bad luck charm. If he doesn't get a fish today, it means that him or Ted are the bad luck charm. And then so I'm going to have to go out with Ted, and if we don't get a fish, then it's Ted. Yeah. Anyway, we haven't caught fish, so we're pretty much like desperate. Hopefully we can have some fish tacos for lunch today. So off the boys went on a father-son date to catch some snapper using reel and soft bait. But were they successful to provide for the girls? Louis can answer that with a head full of curls.
Fishing report for the day. 2 fish caught. One I But me and Ted just chilled on the boat for a few hours. He's living his best life, enjoying the sun. Carla's doing a YouTube video. So yeah, just chilling.
No fish for dinner, but it was still a relaxing evening. For some reason I feel like rhyming, but I just can't think of anything. Holy moly! Whoa! There's heaps of these. There's heaps of these. They're hungry too. There's a gopher in the water. Having already gone the Kennedy Bay route, we decided to take the quicker one, which goes through Cathedral Bay, and then we headed back to the east coast to Otama Beach to catch the sunset. And the feast is done. We wish we could have stayed longer at Otama Beach. There's no freedom camping, but the locals are really friendly. The beach has so much to offer, and I heard that it also has really good surf, so we will definitely be back to explore this place a little bit more. But after a wonderful sleep, it was back on the road, and Cathedral Cove was calling our name, so we jumped on our boat and headed that way. We launched the boat from Fito, which we know there are closer boat ramps, but the boat's actually cheaper to run than the Mog, so we might as well take it off. She was a bumpy ride, but we made it, team.
A 13-year-old boy forearms. 10 out of 10 overrated.
We had to take it off.
It is nice.
But not like...
Oh, I thought it was in the water.
It looks cool though.
Hey?
That's cool.
It looks like it's in the water from the photos.
Ah. Unfortunately, you're not allowed dogs, so I don't think we'll be going ashore.
No, scooter McGavin.
Wow. So clear. It was a bumpy ride back to Fito, but we made it. The dogs were absolutely knackered. We got to see Cathedral Cove. It was busy. We didn't jump in the water, but the water looked lovely. We got to have a fun little family outing. We went to Fito and had a burger at a burger place, and then it was time to find our spot for the night. So we went inland and we tracked the Whangamarora River on the 309 road and found our spot. You'll never guess where I am. I just lost to a game of odds, and now I have to jump in freezing water off the Unimog. So here we go. It's probably not deep enough. Are you gonna be? Ah! Oh my God, Louis! Look at this angle. If I let go, I'm falling in. Oh my gosh. Apparently I'm diving, but I haven't checked to see if there's anything in the water. It should be sweet, you can kind of see. Really? Yeah. I'm scared! Does it look cool? Yeah. Can you see me? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. I'm not. Look cool. Do I not look cool?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it's me shaking. It's me shaking.
Hurry up.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! That was actually fun. Right, you have to do it now.
What?
You're pretty much wet already.
Yeah, I can't get up there.
God. That was awesome. I don't know why I was scared. Job done. Now let's see if the beast can get out. Oh, too easy. 2, 10, easy. Oh, we got a couple branches. a lovely Thursday evening. And as nice as that river spot was, we wanted to head to the east coast because we heard the surf was up.
We're on the same wavelength today.
We are at
Hot Water Beach.
Dog rules applies that the dogs must be on lead. So technically our dogs are still on lead, aren't they? Charlie, come!
2 of them are. Who do you leave it?
Good girl. Look at that recall. And look, on lead as well. Good girl. Break. Good job. Chummy is actually a daredevil. But she doesn't really count as a dog, so.
Carla's putting me to work.
We've ditched the dogs. We're going to try and dig
a hole.
With the hopes that as the tide lowers, the waves will start to break a little bit further out, and then it will be like perfect for some very fun little wave surfing. But right now it is beautiful, calm, dumpy waves, and it's not meant to get any bigger over the day, but one can dream.
A little bit more. Well, I've been in the water for 1 minute and now I'm bored, so I'll see you next time.
It's colder than a bath you would leave for an hour afterwards. That's why.
It's kind of fun though.
Well, we just played in the ocean, failed at making a hot pool, and now we're waiting to see if the surf is going to come up, but unfortunately I don't think it's going to. If anything, it's actually gotten flatter, which sucks. So we are just figuring out what we're doing next. Check out this great spot. This is way better than paying $16.50. Playing in the water at Hot Water Beach was actually one of my favourite parts of the trip so far. It's the small things, you know. Speaking of small, look at that truck. We arrived in Tairua for the night, and this is what Louis has to say about that.
About to cook a feed on the barbie. Might have some steak and some potato roasties or something, I think. Anyway, pretty cool place. Nice and quiet. 1 minute walk that way to the beach. And the estuary is right here. There isn't a sign saying you can't camp here, which is good. And there are actually some people camping over there, or staying the night over there in a designated freedom spot. So we're actually too big for there. So yeah, we'll stay here. If anyone says anything, say, sorry sir, we're too big for the other spot.
Louis found this plaque located by the toilets by the Freedom camping spot on Tairua Beach, and I thought it was so cool. Anyway, in the morning it was time to head to our next adventure. We wanted to visit for the first time the world famous in New Zealand Pokohino Beach, and I could already sense good vibes coming my way when we were driving on the road. We're heading to Pokohino Beach or Bay. I've never been before. Have you been before, Louis?
Nope.
Louis' never been before. And the road is pretty cool to get there. It's a forestry road. We missed the turn off because we didn't even realise it could be down here. But it is, and I'm hoping because it's down such a gravel road that it's going to be relatively quiet. Even though it's a Saturday in the Coromandel, and we all know what that means. Busy as heck. Come on, let's go! Damn it, I'm gonna say this wrong, but we're doing the Pokohino Beach track. Already 10 out of 10. You have to walk down to the beach. There was no one else at the car park. Okay, it's a Saturday in the Coromandel. I was assuming it was going to be busy. The weather's a little bit rainy, but you know, still bare feet weather. It's a mud track, it's not gravel, which means you can wear bare feet. Excellent. There was nothing that said no dogs. Excellent. So we're gonna go head down and check out this famous beach that everyone raves about. Oh, it goes under. Oh my god. Pretty far down.
Free shoes. Just about to come out and have a wee view of the beach, I think, so spin around and let's have a look.
Pokohino Beach was rugged and it had a cave and there was no one else there, so our experience here was awesome. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do.
Beach all to ourselves.
Knowing there was bad weather to come and it was the weekend on the east coast, we decided to tuck away in the forest, hoping that no one would find us. Mission accomplished, but it was the weekend and we were well overdue for some laundry, so we headed into town, but not without admiring the serene, quiet forest. It's giving Twilight vibes. All wolves spotted, we decided to head into town to see if anything more exciting was going on, and boy were we in for a treat. Welcome to Whangamata Beach Hop. If you're unfamiliar as to what beach hop is, here's what Google has to say. The Whangamata Beach Hop is an annual rock and roll festival held in Whangamata, New Zealand, celebrated for its classic cars, vintage fashion, and 1950s and 1960s culture, attracting thousands of attendees each year. So we went to a chocolate shop and they said they usually have around a population of 5,000, whereas this weekend they had up to 140,000 people in Whangamata, which is crazy. So this place was popping. What's on? Whoa, you wanna go have a nosy?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll just pull it. Yeah, so we had no idea that the beach hop was on this weekend until yesterday. We were driving to the beach. They were there on Friday. Something like that. And Louis noticed that the roads were really busy and there was all these fancy cars. And then he asked, is there a beach hop on or something? And so I googled it and it was on today and yesterday and today in Whangamata. So we didn't come yesterday because we knew it would be super busy. And we're like, oh, so we'll go in today. We had to do laundry and get groceries anyway, so we had to come into town anyway. But we're going to go and check it out because when else are we going to be in front of a tar during the beach hop? So let's go. So I think we missed all the rock and roll type stuff, but there were still food stalls and there were still lots of shop stalls as well. I saw chocolate covered strawberries, so I was happy. We also got some delicious cashew chicken and Louis got a burger, of course. So we must have rocked up too late because there was no cars, it was just all shops and food, which is not bad. Maybe that was yesterday, the car stuff, but they're still around town. We enjoyed our meals on the top of a hill, looking at the Whangamata beach, enjoying the moment. And that is Beach Hop team. Do we see any cars? No. Did we get lots of yummy food? Yes. Hearts and bellies full. Aw, it was time to find our spot for the night.
Alright, we're back in the same forest we stayed in yesterday, but we've gone a bit deeper, trying to find somewhere closer to the water because we want to stay in this general location so we can go for a surf tomorrow. So we're in the trees again, trying to find somewhere cool. We're actually pretty close to the sea at the moment, so you can see it here. Come around the corner, we're going to turn left into here and Kyla's going to hold the camera. Dude!
If you're wondering how I find all these spots, it's really as simple as Google Maps. I look at a forestry clearing or, you know, like a river access or something. I'm like, yep, that looks like we can get there. So we give it a go. This was one of those spots. We thought maybe it's close-ish to the water or we can access the water. We couldn't access the water. But we drove down there anyway, had a look. Turns out there was heaps of logs and wood debris on the floor. Last night we were over there in that forest somewhere. Ooh. We tried to clear it to have a spot for the night, but then we just decided to park up top of the hill anyway. Kia ora team. We woke up in Whangamata, well, in the forest. We really want to go to Donut Island, or it's called Whenua something. Whenu. Anyway. So yeah, we're going to take the boat and the paddleboard and see if we can get there. We are going to take the dogs. Feeling a little bit low today, but that's life as a woman. Yeah, so come on. I shit you not, as soon as our boat touched that water to head out to Donut Island, the wind changed and the swell picked up a little bit and there was white caps everywhere, so we decided to turn around and head back to the boat ramp. How are my skills putting the boat back on the trailer, team? Did I do good? That Kyla, I swear she thought she was having the worst day ever. But little did she know, it was about to get a whole lot worse. Heading to Fito for our last stop of the episode.
There is more oyster catchers in the North Island than there is people, I swear. The conservation effort is working.
Not even Louie's terrible jokes could cheer me up, but maybe the promise of some caves could. Fito Cave and Beach was the last stop of this video, and even though things are about to get a whole lot worse, it was actually finishing on a high. I absolutely love this place.
We were told, according to Google, there is a cave, so we're trying to find it. This could be it. Wasn't the rock, the hole in the rock, the cave, the tunnel. So we've come to the other side of the hill to see if we can find it. If not, there was a bit of a goat track leading over it, so Kyla will be our expedition master. We have to go over. A bit promising. It smells sulphur. Is this warm? No.
Very sulphur though, isn't it?
One would hope. One was praying.
Oh, it makes you excited to go to other floor.
Oh yeah. Here we go, team.
Whoa! This is cool. No way! Okay, this is insane. Whoa!
We found the cave.
This is so cool. I love that there was no signs because it meant that you really had to try and find it. This place was tucked away, out of sight, really hard to find, but I definitely think it is worth it and it actually makes the journey more exciting. After finding this place, I immediately wanted to take my drone out and get some amazing shots, and I think I actually got a little too confident. My goal was to, steer the drone through the cave and get the views, which I did, but then my confidence grew and grew and it got too big for my boots. Fito is one of those places that I'd like to come back to and explore more, maybe on a day where I'm feeling a little bit more energetic and happy. But I'm so glad we stopped in on this place, even though it meant crashing my drone in 3, 2, 1, boom. And even though you could imagine I was really upset that day when this happened, the show went on, we had a great time, and the drone still works, it just doesn't work as well. Alright team, that's a wrap for this one. Thank you so much for watching. The next video is all about our adventures in the Bay of Plenty, so keep an eye out for that one. We're also on the hunt for things to do around the Gisborne area, so if you've got any hot tips, drop them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out what's coming next. Catch you on the next one. Bye!